which is probably fitting for a final. The game sort of ebbed and flowed right from ball one. They got off to a good start. We came back very well. And our bowling, like it has done all season, hung really tough. We restricted them to what we thought was a very good score. And so we're confident halfway. But look, to be honest, our batting has been the weak part of our game, so there was still a lot of work to do. We had a goodish start, an aggressive start, but just lost our way, and it took a pretty good performance from Shane Watson to keep us in the game. So, look, this is what you want from finals. You want them to be down to one or two balls here and there, and that's certainly what happened today.
What went to the last over when you did 9 runs?
Well, the heart's pumping, isn't it? There's a lot of emotions. 9 runs off the last over was a position that we never thought we'd get to, probably 5 overs out. I think we're all just hoping and really wanting just that one Shane Watson 6, which didn't come. Malinga bowled a good over. Shane had he was tired, obviously, from batting that long. And it just the over transpired. It was just a great last over of a final, needing 2 off the last ball and a crafty old fox like Malinga bowling a great delivery. So, look, great final. We're on the wrong side of it, and we can go back and look at so many different scenarios that could have taken place. But the bottom line is it was just a good, hard-fought final.
TVS Radio, Jio Buland, Badho Buland.
It's everything that will be going through the players' heads and ours in the next sort of days, weeks, months. But you're right, the innings to get us back in the game when we really stalled, didn't we, through the middle, and some great bowling. Boomer bowled some great overs. To get back into the contest was great, but then to fall short again, it was just, you just got to put it down to Malinga nailing the last over. He went for a lot of runs the over before. He changed tactics and just delivered under pressure. So that's really what it came down to. It's that close, and we'll look back, and I'm sure there are things that we could do better. They could have done better as well. There's drop catches, a couple of drop catches on both sides, but to fitting into a final, I just wish I was on the other side. Well, batting, there's a couple of things to acknowledge first. But playing in Chennai is tough. This year it was really tough. Conditions were hard to read and hard to play, and a little bit of training as well. So our batters got beaten up from a form point of view, which made it tough. But I think if we look at the aggregate of numbers that we got from our top order, it's one area we would have liked a little bit more. But in saying that, how much more do you need? We got right through to the final when we were 1 ball away from winning. So it was a scrappy season with the bat, but there was no lack of effort and trying to find a method in Chennai in particular, and to still get all the way through the final without actually having an unbelievably good batting day is testament to the character they showed. But yeah, certainly was a tough season for our batters.
How impressed with Deepak Chahar and again other side Imran Tahir?
Yeah, our bowling was great. In fact, if we sat here at the start of the tournament, I would have said I have a couple of concerns around our bowling. Keep in mind, we got hammered by injuries as well. Lungi Ngidi was a big loss for us, who was a key player. David Willey, Billings. So we got really short on Mohit Sharma not being 100% fit. So we got really short on options, and what the guys did who had the opportunity, they did incredibly well. Deepak Chahar had a good season last year. He had an excellent season this year, and Imran Tahir at the age of 40 was inspirational. So our bowling was great all the way through. Harbhajan was very good, Jadeja. So really impressed with that side of things. We just weren't able to really get any rhythm with the batting. But again, we're in the final, losing off the last ball, so I can't make too many complaints. That's it? Anything else? It's the final. You can give a couple more, Russ.
Thanks, Stephen. Stephen, just want to ask you,
Yeah.
Can you talk to us about a few secrets behind fan engagement that has got CSK to this point?
Well, I think there's one pretty good fan engagement, and that's MS Dhoni. So he is, without doubt, the key figure to the franchise, and the way he plays the game and the way he treats people, it tends for people to gravitate towards him. So we feed off that, and also the team's been incredibly successful. We've come up short in finals, but we've had finals, last four finals, and ones that have got away. But to be so consistent, we actually give back to the fans by being competitive every season, and that's something that we're very proud of. But it works both ways. We get great support in Chennai, and as you say, around the country is phenomenal. So the players certainly feed off that, but we certainly respect it and know that it's a big part of it is MS and what he's created.
This time again, like 2016 Thakur's selection, in isolation, the 3 balls, 3 balls, 3 bouncers, and one was a drop catch. But among the best balls in the match in isolation. And then he had to come back for the last ball. I mean, what a heartbreaking night it was for him. So 2016, like what went through in the recent year selection, because just 1 over last night. So then 6 bowling options. It was a heartbreaking night.
Yeah, we've battled a little bit with our balance. In Chennai, we can get away with 5 bowlers because it's very spin dominated, and we just back our bowlers, which gave us a luxury batting position. And a philosophy really that the tougher the track is to bat, you probably need to have an extra batter. But we always thought coming semi-finals time, the conditions we're going to play on are going to be probably a bit more batter friendly. So therefore, an extra bowling option is going to be important. And actually, the game of Mohali showed that we had to do that when it was a good track, and our spinners got taken to a little bit. So we knew we were going to have to make a change, and Shardul's been building up to that. MS still felt in the last game that spin was slower than what we thought spin was going to dominate, but today he was right on cue. So he got some good wickets for us and bowled with good pace.
How soon does say preparation for the next season start, and how do you look at this bunch of players going forward? I know you had in the last year that they are really into this contract now. So how do you look at that?
Yeah, there'll be time for the dust to settle. I think when you've won the tournament and lost by 1 run, it's been a pretty good 2 years. But we do understand that we're an ageing team, so at some point we just have to look at recreating the side. Obviously MS as well, how he travels through the World Cup and into next year, so that's important. The other thing to consider is that the year 3 in an auction, a lot of the talent is already established in other teams. So you just got to be a little bit careful that you get the balance right when you look at areas you want to improve and the players you think that can do that. But it'll take a bit of time to go over and review this season. And again, you'd say it's a successful season, even though we feel pretty flat.
For CSK, as far as I can say, 150 was a very small target for you. And you guys didn't fire, except Shane Watson, and he got 2 runs.
Yeah.
Do you think that the run-out of the West Dhoni was the turning point of the game?
Yeah, it was a big moment, wasn't it? It took a long time to give, so it obviously was pretty close. Yeah, it's always a big moment when MS goes. He's been great for us this year. His batting has been, over the last 12, 18 months, has been really consistent. But it's also his calmness at the crease, so he just operates at a different level to a lot of other players. And it does 2 things. It drops us down a little bit, but also lifts the opposition. So, yeah, it was a big moment. 150 in a final, there's never small totals in a final, but we were very happy at restricting them to 150 when at certain times it could have been a lot more than that. So it was there for the taking. We just weren't good enough to take it.
Coach, you feel the need of hiring, recruiting more batsmen going forward, like you said, batting?
Well, batting, there's a couple of things to acknowledge first. But playing in Chennai is tough. This year it was really tough. Conditions were hard to read and hard to play, and a little bit of training as well. So our batters got beaten up from a form point of view, which made it tough. But I think if we look at the aggregate of numbers that we got from our top order, it's one area we would have liked a little bit more. But in saying that, how much more do you need? We got right through to the final when we were 1 ball away from winning. So it was a scrappy season with the bat, but there was no lack of effort and trying to find a method in Chennai in particular, and to still get all the way through the final without actually having an unbelievably good batting day is testament to the character they showed. But yeah, it certainly was a tough season for our batters.